We outside, how y'all doing today? And on today's video, I got a complete guide on how to use Johnny, or also known as Human Torch. First up, we have the team ups, which is going to be the Fantastic Four and Storm. You kind of just give Storm a 5% damage boost, and you can make her ultimate turn into a fire tornado, which is tough. Then Invisible Girl actually will give you 75 bonus HP, which is really good when you're in bad situations. But first, to start off, I want to talk about where you should be aiming. This isn't for Johnny, this is for in general. When you are using any long-range character, like Bucky or Namor, anybody like that, you're gonna name you're gonna aim on the right-hand side of anybody you fight against. As you can see, I'm aiming on the left and I'm not hitting any of my shots. I aim towards the right, and you will hit your shots at least 80% of the time. As you can see right here. That's what aiming to the right does. But first things first, we're going to get to the crosshair, because I think this is one of the most important things for whoever you're playing. I actually picked this up from someone named Gaming Merchant on TikTok, so I do recommend. He has a crosshair set up for every single person in the game, so check him out. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the bullet spread. The bullet spread is like a shotgun. It's absolutely massive. Do you know what else is massive? No! Anywho, his main ability, his R1 that puts down his flame field, cannot work on walls. It's only able to go on the ground, so do keep that in mind. Human Torch's abilities rely on his burn damage very, very much. And when you go to place down all of your flames on the floor, you're able to use your flame field, and anyone who's inside of that field takes burn damage. For some odd reason, not many people know that. But now we're going to go look at his dash ability. One other thing that people don't know about his dash is that when you place down one of your fireballs, you can dash into it, and the fireball next to you will also explode. So just really quick, if we make a medium-sized flame field right here, it'll be doing damage to people in the center, and all four of those corners will explode. Do keep in mind, it only works for how big the dive is. So if you make a very huge circle, a very huge flame field, and you go to dive in the middle of it, nothing will most likely explode. You have to be next to one of these flames right here. As you can see, you got the line going right there, and when you explode, that line is still there after those flame balls explode. So you'll still be doing damage. Here's the normal damage of the dive. As you can see, it's weak. It's not strong enough. And in order to maximize your damage output on the dive, you're actually going to place down 3 or 4, however many you want, of your fireballs. And then once the opponent burns, you're gonna dive. As you could see, that is like close to 450 to 500 damage. That is insane damage. I did over half of a tank's HP with that move right there. I just want to quickly highlight something. If you go to dive down on your fireballs and the person you're hitting isn't taking that burn damage, their HP will barely drop. So if you go to place your fireball near someone expecting to do more damage and they're not burning, you'll hit like a napkin. And as you can see right here, your lines will stay to the ground, like I said before, and do more damage. Now we're going to be going over how to play Torch. The biggest thing is you want to make the biggest flame field you possibly can, because putting this on points and objectives will get people off of that point or objective ASAP. And lots of people mistake him, and he's going to be used as an aerial assassin type, taking out squishies, healers is the biggest threat, and everything else like that. One thing that makes Human Torch insanely good is who he's able to team up with. Like I said before, you get the extra 75 HP with using Invisible Girl. And as you just saw, you are able to dash down, and there is a limit to it. So if it says you're able to dash, and you're not able to hit the ground, because you only have, like, I believe, a 65-meter distance, And you cannot dash on walls, you can only dash towards the ground. Do keep that in mind. Here is his ultimate. I want to quickly talk about this. The best way to use his ultimate is to just spam the tornadoes, because you're not able to connect it to make a field of fire. You're only able to dive down and spam tornadoes. So that's the easiest thing that I could say. And his dive does not do any extra damage. Do keep that in mind. Alright, so just to quickly summarize everything that we've talked about, Mr. Human Torch here, or Johnny as we know him as, is going to be able to get people off the point very easily with his abilities, and he's going to be used as an assassin aerial type that takes out squishies, the backline, or the biggest threat, the healers. So make sure, for the love of God, when you start taking damage, dash down to your team so your healers can actually heal you. I don't want to hear you asking for heals. But that'll be all the way here for you guys on today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this one. But we inside now. I'll see y'all in the next one. Smooches.